MacArthur Boulevard in Haddon Township, New Jersey. This side, this is also actually part of Sadler's Woods, but since they cut MacArthur Boulevard through the middle of the woods, it's not considered part of the conservation center. And this is. So I'm just walking now through over the ridge on the Sadler's Woods Conservation Center. Here are a whole lot of holes. Periodically, goats come in for vacation in order to eat things, and I presume at some stage there are going to be some goats behind these poles. So some goats arrived yesterday. I don't know how long they're here for, but they're not here. They're down in the valley and on the other side of the little stream that goes through it. But we're walking through Sadler's Woods, and on the left there's a whole lot of municipal vehicles that are involved with taking care of all the things that suburban townships need taken care of. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful, quiet April afternoon. It's April 28th. It'll be May in a couple of days. But at the moment it's still April, and it's still April fresh, April flowers, and there are a lot of these trees had some blooms, and now they're all leaved. And that is the water tower for Haddon Township. And what's it doing there? Well, there's a little town to the left called Sadlertown, and it was settled by freed slaves, and of course gentrifiers and other racists can't handle anyone descended from trafficked Africans to have their own stuff. So the township decided to put its utilities in there and a water tower. And a lot of the houses have been sold very cheaply, which is very sad. Because when you sell houses cheaply to people who are trying to make a profit, there's nowhere for poor people to live, or less than wealthy people to live. There is a town about 3 miles from here that was the very first incorporated black town in the north, and I believe it's still the only incorporated town in the north. And that's very proudly run by descendants of trafficked Africans, and they don't put up with this nonsense about gentrification. And developers, they've had for a number of years a very strong mayor, and she puts up with no nonsense at all. So we're just walking through this lovely forest. We're about 5 miles from the bridge that goes over to Philadelphia and the Delaware River. Yeah, we're about 5 miles from the Delaware River. Maybe it's even closer than that. This big urban center, and we have this gorgeous reserve that occasionally has goats. The goats are over there somewhere. It's very quiet. Very rarely do I ever see anyone here, and it's always nice when I do. I know there are owls here, and I've seen snakes. When I was watching the eclipse last year, a snake was curled up right next to me, looking very happy, and I made a video of that because, of course. So we're just walking through the path. Now the history of Sadler's Woods is there was a Josiah Sadler, and I've found conflicting reports. Apparently he was given land by Quakers. One was called Evans, and which is Evans, of course, is a very common Welsh name, but it's also a very respected name in Philadelphia Quakers. People with that last name are still doing good in Quaker communities. So he was given a plot of land, and when he died, he wanted it turned into woods. And that, I believe, is how Sadler's Woods was started. Now, of course, this whole area was all country until, I'm not sure. Haddonfield was started as a town with a meeting house in 1713. So there's certainly been people around here, but they were farmers. So we're still walking through. Through the conservation, and on this beautiful, beautiful spring day. It's about 70 degrees, and it's not humid. It's just very pleasant. The town occasionally goes through and just cuts up logs from fallen trees, and of course it can be taken away for firewood. And if you don't want your bike to be chewed up by an uneven path ahead, you can go left. And there's a bike path around a soccer field belonging to the public school there. Are there kids playing games? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I guess baseball in April. I remember reading that Ronald Reagan loved riding through forests because of the dappled light. And yeah, it's probably one of the few things I agree with Ronald Reagan. Dappled light is amazing. Oh, look at these birds. Oh, they're so nice. Here there's teeny tiny birds and tiny birds and medium birds and medium big birds and huge birds. Occasionally there's a hawk. And through this forest I have even seen families of deer galumping, and I'm not quite sure where they come from and where they go. But I mean, the deer are rather large. They're not like these little tiny birds. Oh, look at him hopping along. Oh, another one over there. Oh. Okay. And the river's down there. Oh, there's birds everywhere. Oh, look at them. They joined up. They're hanging out. All right. This is not ideal for a bicycle, but it's certainly possible to ride on it. I've certainly done it. And there's the little stream down there. We haven't had much water lately, so there isn't much water in the stream. Every now and then a tree topples. I thought it was because the trees aren't getting enough water in the roots, but I'm told by plumbers that there's plenty of water down there, and the plumbers are always fixing damp basements in this area because of all the water that comes from underground. This occasionally has a little water in it too, but it's not at the moment. So there's my favourite seat, and I'm going to sit there and drink my flask of tea and contemplate the quiet, listen to birds. Isn't that great? We're in a city when there's a fire hydrant. Used to be able to get through here, but not sure why they closed it off. There's some wild roses. And that's where we came from. Okay, hope you enjoyed that little walk. Susanna J. Dodgson. April 28th. 2025. May you always walk in the light. Be still and know